Yeah, so this is Long Island. This is where most of the hip hop legends are from. I'm from Freeport. That's where Flavor Flav is from. And yeah, man, Long Island helped make me an incredible, unique monster, I must say. I was like influenced highly by Public Enemy, you know what I mean? And Public Enemy's from here, you know, Freeport, Uniondale, Roosevelt, Hempstead, you know. A lot of times you'll hear Method Man shout out Hempstead in rhymes and stuff. Yeah, this is like suburban community, not like New York City, but most of the black and brown people are from New York City that live out here, you know, in some regard, you know, either grandparents or parents, you know. So my parents and family are from Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn, but I was raised out here, you know, so. One thing that's hitting us pretty hard is situation with gangs, man. There's a lot of gang stuff here, you know, so we're trying to deal with it now, you know. Wow.
One of the gangs?
Probably like a motorcycle club. Yeah, but most of the gang stuff is kind of interesting. Cause like I feel like music could be a tool to reach the youth, but there's a disconnection between like hip hop's message reaching the youth properly. You know what I mean? And it's an obvious sign out here. You know, like kids get murdered in my town. You know what I mean? Like, and this is suburbia. You know what I mean? Like, but it goes down out here, man. I feel like if there's a way to get the message to these kids through the music properly, could be a good way to just equalize what's going on in their mind, you know what I mean? More so, like, let me drop the history on you. This right here is Sunrise Highway, and Sunrise Highway cuts through like many, many Long Island towns, you know? It cuts through like north and south of the towns. So on the south side, when I was growing up in the 80s, it was mostly white. And on the north side here, it's mostly black. And down the middle was mostly Spanish. So the segregation, we used to have race riots and everything here, man. Segregation led to like a lot of differences, you know, but finally now after 2000, we kind of got past it. We mixed kind of well, so yeah. Just had a ball. But the one piece I want to show you, man, is this is the first piece of wax I ever bought with my own money. Let me see if I got the Big Daddy Kane joint. I don't think I do, yo. Ah, J-Roo. Alright. Yo, I got that Big Daddy Kane smooth operator, and this, as you can see, they're from Long Island, you know what I mean? So this is right where I live at, you know, so this is where it's at. This is like my first introduction to hip hop, you know? Man, thank you Public Enemy, thank you Chuck D, you know, Hank Shockley, man, Terminator X, Flavor Flav, all of y'all, man. Yeah. Name is Ravage, the Mecha Godzilla, and I write rhymes, I perform, I rap, I make music, and I paint and do art. I'm a Renaissance artist, you know. Yeah.
How did you get started with hip hop? Like, how did you get into that?
We used to have a babysitter here, and I was going to babysitter since 6 years old, and her sons were already in junior high school. This was like 1984, and hip hop was blossoming at that point. So her sons would come home with cardboard boxes like once a week, and Danny, he was teaching us how to six-step, and yeah, I was mad small, and that was my introduction to African Bambaataa and Herbie Hancock, just a lot of great music. Wow. Originally, it started out as a voice, you know, people's voice as far as graffiti is concerned, people's voice as far as you didn't want to go to war so deeply with weapons that it became dance, you know what I mean? The same thing with words, like people just wanted to party, take the frustrations of the week out in a nice weekend party, you know what I mean? So to me, hip hop is the voice for myself. I mean, it's the way I can get out what's in here, what New York is making me feel inside sometimes that's not positive. I just transform it into something positive so that people could feel where I'm coming from. You know, it's my voice. Yeah.
Like in your everyday life?
I mean, just, you know, I have unfortunately a 9-to-5 job right now. I'm supposed to be thankful, right? Yeah, so like, just going through rush hour traffic and just listening to hip hop helps me stay calm, helps me stay level-headed so I don't engage with people in the street in a negative way. Because a lot of times New York is real busy and negative. But in my everyday life, I mean, it's just a way for my mind to expand and get a lot of positive stuff out. You know, writing poetry on the train, or, you know, I'll read on the train for like half an hour, and the reading will open up something where like, yo, I gotta go dig for this sample, yo. And then like, I'll just write out notes so that later on I could go home and just attack beats, you know what I mean? So, yeah, as you can see, I'm smiling. Hip hop makes me happy. So, yeah, in my everyday life, it's just a part of everything. Every little thing I hear could potentially be a sample to be flipped in a beat, you know what I mean? Or any little idea could be something for a song or a poem, so, yeah. I mean, a lot of times artists will shoot low as far as the goal is concerned. Yeah, I would love to have every person on, not every person, well, ideally every person, that'd be cool. But I want to have a lot of fans on each continent, yo. And I started reaching out to people, even on MySpace, just talking and building relationships like 4 or 5 years ago. And it's like ill because I could tell people if I wanted to go to a certain country, I'm most likely to have a friend there. So, you know, I'm trying to reach people on a personal level and then share with them music. And then hopefully my music will help them get through what they're getting through, you know. That's the goal. You know, it's not money. I want to live off this craft. That would be great, and that's what I'm working towards now. But it's ideally not money. I just like making music. It's in me. It's all my dad's fault. I got wax all over this room. I got wax in the basement. It's my father's fault, man.
Is there something that comes strongly to you?
You know what? Kind of like there was a chamber I was in where I'm really grassroots all day, every day, and I was really about trying to protect the people's voice, the people that don't have a voice. So I was going out to marches and stuff and trying to make music to fit that category. And then I realized at the end of the day, you know, the machine is so big, you know, that I just started making music for myself, make myself happy, not really try to push myself in a particular box, you know what I mean?
What's advice to anyone, young, upcoming girl or boy who wants to get into the game of hip hop?
Yeah.
What would you say to a person?
The first thing is, it's like, if you can think about the hardest athletic practice that you've ever been to in your life, or the hardest thing you've ever done in your life, that's probably what hip hop is. It's all about dedication. The first few times you're out or doing whatever you're doing, you're gonna be frustrated because you still have to grow your skill. It takes time, takes a lot of dedication. But if you're gonna get into this, you just have to be true to yourself, what's in here. You know, you can't be caught up with what everyone else is doing. Just figure out what you got in here and then bring that out in a musical form. You know what I mean? There's so many different kinds of styles. There's gonna be a market for your style as long as you do it right. I remember M1, when we had our early union meetings, we have a hip hop union where a lot of artists got together to support each other. M1 was saying the importance of sharpening your craft. You have to practice and you have to just keep working at it. Eventually you're gonna reach a level which is gonna be acceptable to a lot of people. Just push yourself. You have to push yourself hard. If you ever been to a wrestling or football practice, hip hop is just like that. There's people that are competing at a high level and will probably smash your mic if you're not going hard enough, so you gotta go hard. Yeah.
And your music.
Yeah.
What are you working on right now?
You would probably hear the Chun Li joint in the background. I'm working on this Ryu Black album where I took on the Street Fighter 2 character and fused that with myself. So I go by the name Ryu Black, and I just sampled a lot of Street Fighter 2 music and brought it up to date with who I am as a man. And the album is more fun for me. I took a different path from the more serious music I was making. I was working with Monster Island and MF Grimm for a while, and I decided to just chill and make something fun, you know, instead of so serious. So the Ryu Black album should be out soon. I got an instrumental album I dropped last November 2008. That's doing pretty well. It's called Errors. It's ERROARS. And yeah, the other thing is the American Monster project, the Jay-Z remix. It's like, to this day, it's close to 50,000 downloads on an indie level with no money to promote it. You know, it's a free album to download, and yeah, I think it's doing well. Yeah, so the Ryu Black is primarily what I'm gonna finish. The album's called Perfect Heaven, and it features all my friends that I know as hip-hop MCs from all over the world, different countries. I just brought them all together to show like the global presence of hip-hop. So there's different styles of MCs and everything. Everybody brings their A game. So you hear kids from Japan and Singapore and Canada, you know, all over the place. Yeah, I really believe so. Downloading it, I'm happy the kids download, because at the end of the day, it's like the radio that we used to have in the 80s and 90s. We used to have cassette tapes, and we would just recording off the radio and handing them out. So it's the same thing. I don't take offense to it. I just think word of mouth, just like the 90s, word of mouth. You know, I finally got money to get a Raekwon purple tape, and I was happy as hell because the tape was purple. You know what I'm saying? And I still got it, you know? So it's like I had his album for like a year and a half, and then I finally got money to buy it, and it's just amazing feeling when you get the booklet. His booklet had like 8 panels in it. It's ill. So yeah, downloading is what it is, you know? Yeah.